Monday, it's Monday. What do we do on Monday? We start getting clients. But how do we do that? Well, we are going to talk with Rebecca. Rebecca, am I going to say it right? Cousins, is that right?
Yes, yeah, you
Yay!
got it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Rebecca Cousins, right here. And she's the lady that's going to help you nail your next clients this week easily. Because, right, without clients, there's no business. And if your guy is going to be working on your business this week, you got to get clients. So let's do that on a Monday. But before we get started with all that jazz, then let's talk about just a little bit of what got you into realizing this little system, right? There's like 3 secrets that people can apply today to start getting their client machine on. So, what
Yeah.
got you started and how did you discover this little trick?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me today. I
It's a
really
pleasure.
appreciate it. This is an awesome way to start a Monday. I love Mondays anyway, but this just is icing on the cake. So thank you. I've been in marketing and an entrepreneur for 17 years now. And I got my start by, I used to work at a public relations firm and I left that and got my start taking on clients. And just like most people, when I first started, I had no clue as to what I was doing or where to find clients, how to find them, how to sign them, nothing. And I really struggled for a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean years. I struggled for years with this
So hold on. So
until,
this is super important because
yeah.
when people go on the Book of Faces, as Michael Roderick said, right, or the Instagrams and all that jazz, they think they're gonna go, they're gonna start a business, go to bed, wake up with $1 million in their pocket, right?
Yeah.
And then when it doesn't happen, you go like, okay, I'm the only idiot in the book because obviously look at all these posts. Everybody's waking up with a six pack. What's wrong with me,
Yeah.
right? But it really does take years, right? To figure out your niche, your clients, your offer, your relationship. So before we
Yeah.
dive into all that stuff, I want the mental game. How important is the mental game through that time to kind of go like, I'm going to do
Yeah.
this. I'm going to figure it out. And I'm not going to let what happens right now kind of mess with my head. So can you share a little bit about that process of what was going on through like, I'm launching and there's cricket, cricket, cricket.
Yeah, well, that's such a great question. Thank you for asking that. Well, first of all, when I got started, there wasn't the book of faces. Okay. There was no social media. I always joke that I'm kind of the grandmother of the internet because when I got going, I literally built a website on Yahoo Pages. I had dial up internet and I
Wow.
used a phone book to find clients. I mean, that's how, so long
Wow.
ago this was. So it can be done. And I think people forget that. I mean, people forget what it was like to find clients before we had social media. And it's as relevant today as it was back then. And I can share a bit about that in a minute. But, to answer your question, mindset, I believe, is 99% of your success. And
Yeah.
that doesn't matter what kind of business you have. If you have a mindset of, I can't, then you won't. And so it really starts with you believing in yourself, knowing why you got into business in the first place, and knowing and believing that you are going to succeed no matter what. Because with entrepreneurship, there's a lot of ups and downs. And if you've been in business for any amount of time, then you know that you've probably experienced it. But there's a lot of things that are within your control, many that are outside of your control. And if you have a wavering belief in yourself and in what you can accomplish, you won't make it. So I think that's such an important distinction and such a great question, Yvette, that you asked, is that you really need to have a solid mindset and belief in yourself in order to succeed.
So what gave you that belief? Because when you started, I'm like amazed that you started with the
Yeah.
phone book. It's so awesome because it's like, guys, it hasn't
Yeah.
changed, right? Like business has always been about relationships first. And whether
Absolutely.
you build that relationship through lives or email or social post or what, it doesn't matter, right? It's like
Right.
the relationship. And here's the proof. You start with a phone book. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, like, that's amazing to me because I'm just imagining the rejection you got along the way. We're like,
Yeah.
who are you? How'd you find me in the yellow pages? What?
Yeah. And I lived in the city of Chicago. So imagine that.
So
Where,
no
you know, you
trust.
don't even know the person who lives below you, let alone your neighbors or your potential clients down the street. So
Wow.
yeah, it
Wow.
was but you know, I learned so much during that process. And you are so right. It really is about building relationships. And it's been about that since the beginning. I
Yeah.
mean, that really is marketing 101, right? It's
Yeah.
all about building the relationships. And, you know, when I got started, that's exactly what I did. I went out, I looked to see who would be a good fit for me. And I started by sending them a letter, and then I would follow up with a phone call, and then we would meet in person. So it really was very much like you would do with social media today. You would put a post out there. If somebody engages with your post, you respond to them, you start a conversation, you find your common ground, and then you engage by meeting over Zoom or meeting in person. It was the same back then. That hasn't changed. But what to answer your question, what my belief was is that I felt like I didn't have a choice. I had just had my first son. It was so painful to drop him off at daycare. I did not want to leave him day in and day out. And I was actually laid off from my job. And shortly after I came back from maternity leave, and it was just devastating. And as you can imagine, like such an ego blow. And I can remember a very distinct moment in the car ride on my way home. I just thought to myself, you know what? I never want to feel this again. I never want to go through this again. And I never want to rely on somebody else for my livelihood again. And so it was that moment that I said, you know what? I can do this. There's no reason I can't do this. I learned a lot working at this company. I know I went to school for marketing. I know how to do marketing strategy. I can take what I know and my skills and my passions and go out and serve clients on my own. And so I gave myself 6 months to do it. I said, if in 6 months it doesn't work out, then I'll just go find another job. But, you know, it was at that moment that I said, I'm going to do this. And to be honest, I've never looked back. So it's 17 years and I'm still doing it. And I think that's the main thing that, you know, takeaway that I would want people to know is that for one, I really felt the desire to do this because I wanted to be home with my son. And so that why was bigger than myself. That desire outweighed any struggles that I could have had. And then just believing every day, telling myself, I'm going to get a client today. I'm going to make a connection today. I can do this. And that coupled with my why is really what helped me succeed.
We have so many similar experiences that I'm going to ask you in our next conversation because I want to keep this on the clients. But one thing that you said that is like gold, like this is something that most people who are starting up don't even think about this. You said, I went out and I looked for the clients that I want to work with. Most people go like, who's going to work with me? Why would they work with me? You know, oh my God, I hope they pick me. I hope they pick me, right? And
Right.
then when you run it completely the other way around, you're like, no, who do I want to work with? And what's super cool about that one is that you attract the people that you love to work with. You don't get the nightmare clients that are going to drive you bananas, get the recharge and all that stuff. But you're working with people that actually make this work fun and not like, oh, I know I need the money, but here comes this client. And
Exactly. That's a great segue because that actually is secret number one that I was going to share. Do you mind if I just go ahead and share that right now since we were talking about it?
Yeah.
Secret number one, when you are trying to find clients, is niching down and really honing in on exactly who you want to work with. And one thing I find so many people, the mistake that they make, especially when they're first starting out, is that they want to just work with whoever will work with them, right?
Right.
You know, they they're starting out, they don't have any clients, they're afraid if they're too specific, they won't get any clients. And have you ever heard that there's a phrase that says, if you are trying to market to everyone, you're actually marketing to no one? Well, it's the same way when you're serving clients. If you're trying to serve everybody and you're just out there saying, look at me, come here, I'll work with whoever will take me on, then you're actually repelling clients. Because what ends up happening is that you're not narrowed in on your ideal client. You're not narrowed in on the target market that you serve. And then you become kind of a lot less of an expert, right?
Yeah.
So what I always suggest to people is when they're starting out, they choose a target market in a niche that they want to serve. And you said this perfectly. Choose something that lights you up.
Yeah.
Choose an industry that lights you up. If you're going to be working for yourself and forging your own path, it should be one of joy, right? That's one of the main reasons we want to be entrepreneurs, is because we want the joy of working for ourselves. And so, choose a target industry, a client that you would love to serve. And, then that's who you go out and you try to market to. And it's the benefits of that are twofold. First of all, not only do you become an expert in that industry because you're only working and serving with one type of client, but your messaging is just so dialed in that it becomes so much easier to find clients, because then they become attracted to you.
Right.
So every social media post you write, every blog post you put out there, podcast, YouTube video, whatever your content or marketing method is, becomes dialed in to the point where it's just like a magnet. People read those posts and they raise their hands. They're like, that's me. That she's talking exactly to me, and that's the person that I need to work with. So secret number one is niching down and honing in on your ideal client and target market.
And what's amazing about that? I know for myself, I've been in business for a while, and it's still scary to niche down and go oh my God, what if I'm choosing the wrong niche, right?
Yeah.
And so Taki Moore has a saying. He goes one funnel, one client, 1 year. So once you get one thing going, right? Let's say you're only going for coaches, or you're only going for moms, or you're only going for fitness, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, stick with it for a year. Make your thing, kind of become that expert for a year. And then if you want to continue, continue. And then if you want to open another market, now you have the systems, now you have the experience, you have the relationship, you already know what to do because you've done it. So I think the biggest fallacy is kind of I'm leaving so much on the table if I'm not talking to everybody. But in reality, right, you pay more to a specialized brain surgeon than you do to a family doctor, right? And you want to become the specialized brain surgeon in your thing, right? Only people who need brain surgery come to you. Everybody else can go to their family doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And here's a prime example of that. Let's say you're a social media manager and you work with, right now you're working with dentists, doctors, plumbers, and mechanics. Well, let's say somebody who's a nutrition expert is looking for a social media manager. Right. Okay, they're not going to want the person who, works with the plumbers and the doctors. They want somebody who is only working with the nutrition and fitness experts, right? Because they want somebody who really understands their industry, can speak the language, can, talk the jargon, and knows the ins and outs of that industry. So it really helps you to become an expert. And I'll tell you the other thing that happens, which is just magic, is when you become known as the expert in your field, other people start referring you. It is such a beautiful thing. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a Facebook group and somebody's tagged me because they know I'm the person, who helps people build businesses. Right. So if you're known as the go-to person in that industry, people are going to start referring you, and it makes clients just come to you on autopilot. It's great. It's wonderful.
It happened to me in Google Plus, and it was, life is so much easier.
Exactly. Just get other people working for you.
You get that flow of free marketing. You're really? That's how did
Yes.
you even know that that's what I do? That's cool. So
Yeah.
secret number one, find your superpower, niche down on the people that
Yep.
you want to work with, not all the
Yep.
people out there, right? So create like a list.
Exactly.
I started my list and I was like, who are the people that I would love to spend 3 days with? Like if we were in an event and stuff like that, sitting around the fire, talking, shooting shit. Who
Yeah.
are the people I want to have there? And I was like, oh, I want to have Josh. Why Josh? Because he's funny and he's quick and he's like on it and we can talk. And I was like, ooh, so these are great traits.
Yeah.
Who's funny? Who's smart? Let me go and find these people. Because then I wake up and I'm like, wow, we're partying today, right? This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It becomes fun. Work should be fun, if you ask
Should
me.
be fun.
That's,
Especially
definitely
since
should
you're
be
working for
fun.
yourself, right? Like
Yeah.
design your
And
world.
like you said too, don't stress about it. I think people put so much pressure on this. It can change. Your niche can change over time, and it probably will as you evolve and as your interests change and your skills, develop more. You probably will find yourself wanting to change industries and niches. I know in my all the years that I've been working, I've changed mine many times. So don't stress.
Yeah.
Just pick something, get going, start taking action, and it can change over time.
Yeah, and so before we move to secret number two, guys, if you are watching us on the socials, right, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, and you want to hop in and actually have a conversation in real time with me and Rebecca, this is the place. From scene to sold out /live, right below the video, there's a button. Click on that and you'll hop in. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I see already some people with us. Put them in the chat. We'll bring you in and we'll have a conversation with you about your own business. That's the beauty of live. Okay, so secret number two, what is that?
Secret number two is just like narrowing down your target market, you want to narrow down the services that you offer. Okay, this is another common mistake that people make is that they offer too many services and they are confusing their audience. Okay, so they're confusing their ideal client. When a client comes to you and their first interaction with you is they possibly visit your website, right? And they see you offer, I'm just going to use the social media manager example again. They see the social media manager who offers audits and Facebook ads and, content creation and social media management. Well, let's say a client's coming to somebody because they're looking for somebody to just manage their daily social media accounts. They come to this website and they see all these different packages and all these different options. They start to think, oh, maybe I need that. I don't know if I need that. Do I need that? And they become completely confused and overwhelmed. And then rather than making a decision and booking a call with you to potentially hire you, they say, oh, I'll just deal with this later.
Right.
Okay. But then, the next day they're scrolling through their feed and they see, Susie over here who only offers social media management. They say, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. And they book a call with her immediately. Okay. Now I'm not saying you only have to offer one service. But when you're offering all of these different services and products and, different things, and you're doing it a la carte and you're charging by the hour, it's not doing you or your clients any service. Because again, you're not becoming an expert in your field. You're offering, bits and pieces here, and you're having to do custom packages for each client, which just then makes your onboarding process really messy and creates a lot more work for you. But you're, again, not becoming known as an expert in your field. So what I always suggest to my clients, again, it goes back to your happiness factor and what lights you up. Pick the services that you enjoy doing the most. And it really starts with understanding what problem you solve for your ideal client, right? So what is their biggest problem? And then figuring out an offer or a service that is going to serve and handle that problem. And once you have that, then if you want to, add on an extra service here and an extra service there, then that's fine, based on what your clients need. But you really need to have one specific thing that you offer and that you become known for.
And that is so on point, because I went down the rabbit hole of like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do that. Right. And then before you know it, all your time is like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do that. Right. Instead of just having like one or two things that you offer people, and think how simple life can be. Right. I only do
Yeah.
these two things. People know that I only do these two things. They only send me these people that need to do these two things. And if the problem, I love that you said that, find a problem that you can solve. That's the beginning of
Yeah.
any business, right? There's a problem, you can solve it, you can make money, right?
Exactly.
So the bigger the problem, the bigger the value. It's not necessarily by how many hours did you spend to solve this problem, right? It's what the problem is
Yeah.
worth, what solving the problem is worth to your clients. So as you're
Right.
going through this, you don't have to guess. You can talk to them and ask them and be like, hey, so what's going to happen if you don't solve this problem in the next 6 months? They'll tell
Yeah.
you, right? So you have a
Exactly.
system that actually helps people go through all that process of identifying the niche, attracting people to them, right? Creating the onboarding. Before we show you guys where you can get that, I want secret number 3. So let's do that.
Okay. Secret number 3. This is a good one because this is probably the number one issue that my clients face when they come to me, and that is pricing their services.
Yep.
Okay. And I get it. This one is tough because it becomes a very emotional thing for people to price their products. They worry, if I'm too high, I won't get clients. If I'm too low, I won't make enough money. And I have a very specific formula that I use with my clients, which we'll go over in just a minute. But in pricing really becomes a part of your marketing. Okay. And if you are out there pricing your products and services too low, you're actually going to attract clients who don't value you. They take advantage of you and your services. Oftentimes they will expect way more than what you have laid out in your contract. And frankly, they tend to become kind of nightmare clients. And I know this because I used to price my services embarrassingly low. Embarrassingly low. Oh, I look back, I'm like, oh, what were you thinking? And I would always wonder, why are my clients so difficult? What is going on here? And it wasn't until I realized, I am the expert here, and I'm the one who is going to help them solve their problem. And I need to price my services in a way that, feels good to me and helps me pay my bills, but also makes my clients feel like they are getting, the deal of a lifetime, because I am coming in. I know my target market, right? Secret number 1. I know what service I'm going to offer, and I'm an expert at that service. Secret number 2. And secret number 3, I'm pricing my packages accordingly so that they know that the problem I'm solving for them is worth the price that I'm offering. Yeah. And it's, and again, it just becomes part of your marketing. Price your services at a premium level, you're going to attract premium clients. Price them too low, and you're going to attract people who, are kind of freebie seekers and are just looking for a cheap solution.
And it's so true. And also in the, when you're thinking of pricing it, right? If you sell something for $10, right, and you need to make $1,000 a month, how many people will you have to deal with at that price range, right? And most of the people who are looking for that bargain, they're looking for a bargain. They're not going to do the work, right? So there's a big difference between a $20 gym membership and a personal trainer, right? Where are you going to get the results?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And I don't know about you, but I would much rather have one client that I work with that pays me $1,000 a month than have to go out and try to find 10 clients, to pay me $100 a month. Right. It just becomes simple math, but it also becomes about logistics and how well you can serve your clients.
Yeah. And wouldn't it be fantastic to just have like only 2 people to deal with That's
Hmm.
it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everything else is taken care of, and you're getting paid exactly what you need to get paid. So you deal with these two people, and then you go have coffee and read a book because it's
Yes.
only two people.
Yes. And I believe it helps you serve your clients at a much higher level as well. Because if you're not running around trying to serve 10 different people, and you're stressed out and you're lacking in time, you
Right.
can devote that much more time and energy to helping and serving the clients that are paying you. And so it becomes a win-win situation for sure.
And it increases referrals and it increases
Yep.
the, for marketing. It's a fantastic system. So where can people get that fantastic system? Tell us about it.
Yes. Do you mind if I share my screen?
I do not. Let me see. Let me give you a screen share. Da, 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 da. Go for it.
Okay. Oh, it still says I need approval here. Let's see.
Oh, try now.
Okay, great. Here we go. Um, awesome. So I have a new program that I'm offering, a new bundle. I work with clients on building their businesses, and a lot of my clients come to me, and one of the biggest struggles that they have is how to find clients and how to nurture them, all of the things that we talked about today. So I have put together a bundle that's going to be offered just that for a limited time, all of my resources that I teach in my signature program about how to get clients fast. Okay, so in this bundle, you're going to get my narrow your niche video training and checklist. And this goes into the video training that goes into exactly how you can narrow down your niche. So helping you identify who your specific target audience is and who your ideal client is that you should serve, so that when you are attracting clients, you know that you're going to be working with the people that light you up the most. Next, you're going to get my signature Attract, Connect, and Convert audio training, which will help you get more clients fast. So this audio training and workbook takes you through my signature process to attract your ideal prospects and convert them into paying clients. So you never have to worry about that client feast or famine monthly prospects again. So I know many people who work with clients, they'll have their calendar will be full for a month, and then their client projects will end, and then the next month they're like, okay, I have no way of paying my bills. This signature process walks you through exactly how to avoid that. And the beautiful thing is it's all on audio training. It's a podcast audio training, so you can take it with you everywhere you go. Okay. Then I have planners for days, okay? Planners that will help you grow and scale your business. So as you're bringing in clients, it's really important that you have your back-end processes that are meeting you where you are in your business. So I have a 12-month marketing and financial planner that is going to help you plan an entire year's worth of content and promotions so that you can consistently project your income each month. And that is so important as an entrepreneur. I also have a social media planner, so you never wonder what to post on social media to help attract your ideal clients. And then I also offer a daily docket system that's going to help you stay on track in your business and help you to not get overwhelmed by your daily to-do list and avoid shiny object syndrome. And last but not least, and this is my client's favorite, plug and play templates. Okay. I want you to just stop wasting all of your precious time creating onboarding documents, client emails, social media posts. With this bundle, I offer social media posts for you for Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram, all three of those platforms. You will get 35 onboarding and client emails, so you can be up and running right away. You can plug those into your client management system. So whether you use Honeybook or Dubsado or another service, and all you have to do is fill in the blanks and those are ready to go for you. So all of that is available for $99. And you can see here, I'll show you, this is how the course is all laid out. And then it also comes with a free coaching community. So if you are going through the bundle and you have questions, then you can hop into the community and ask for support there. So, and then that's me.
That is so valuable. Super, super valuable. Guys, this is, I think you're selling it for like what, $500 or more? Like all of it together is a bunch of,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, sold separately. All of those items are just under $500, but I'm bundling them together for this special offer since UFAD is having me on today for you guys for $99.
And what's super cool about this, guys, just think about how much time it saves you. So to go and figure out who your clients are, what your niche is, how do you attract them, what to say when they come on, how to price it, all these things, you can go to YouTube and try to figure it out, right? You can watch a video. The thing is, you're not only getting the information here, but you're also getting the support in the community. So you can bounce things with Rebecca going like, hey, I think I'm going to price this. What do you think, right? And that is priceless, really, to get access to someone and bounce ideas and go like, hey, is this a good thing? Like, am I on the right track here or am I going a million miles in the wrong direction? Just that is like super, super valuable. So
absolutely.
Yeah, right? I'm excited about this. This is like super
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah. And my goal is, you guys, is, you know, as I said at the beginning, if you were here, I wasted years trying to figure some of this stuff out. And it's, you know, my goal to help, you know, new entrepreneurs or early stage entrepreneurs to really fast track through some of those hurdles so that they can start getting clients and making money, because, you know, that can be such a struggle when you're first starting out. So with this bundle, that's gonna help you immensely.
And so one of the questions is this per month or a one-time fee? So
One time. That's such a great question. Thank you for asking that. Nope, it is just a one-time offer. So when you purchase it, then all of the things are immediately available for download.
And then the next question is, where can you find it? Right here from sintosoldout.com/live. I'm going to show you guys. So as you're coming to the website, right here, you're watching me and you're watching this video and you can hop here and join the conversation. Right here to the side, you got the entire bundle. Just click on it and it will go directly to the page. Scroll down, buy now, and you're good to go. So from sin to sold out. I know people say that I pronounce it as sin, but it's not sin, it's scene. So from sin to sold out. I guess you could. You could be a sinner and getting sold out. Yeah.
From sin to sold out. That's a whole different kind of channel.
Right? A completely new market. So if you guys are interested, you can start today. How long does it usually take to go through the course, apply it, and actually start getting clients?
Yeah, well, that all depends on how hard you want to work, right?
Yeah.
So I can provide you with all of the materials and the roadmap to get there, but it really, you know, for you, it's going to just depend on what kind of action you take. So I can never offer a guarantee for people that it's going to happen in X amount of days, but to go through the materials, the audio course is about 2 hours long. The video course is about a half hour, and then all of the documents are all ready to go. So you can take those and use those immediately. So the emails and the onboarding documents, those won't take you any time to plug in, because it's literally just plugging in your name and your service, and then they're ready to go.
So what gets easier than that, guys? Right? What gets easier than that? So I highly recommend it. Again, from sintosoldout.com/live, right there to the right of the video, you will see access. You'll get access. $99. I think. How long are we going to make it available?
Couple days. Should we say until it's Monday, Thursday at midnight?
Yeah, Thursday at midnight, guys. And what do we need to have in order to apply the bundle? What do they need to already have in order to apply this?
What do they need to have in their business? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Really nothing. I mean, it's perfect even if you are just getting started. So the one thing I would suggest is making sure that you have a way for clients to contact you. So as you're starting to reach out to clients or to use this training and put it into action, you're going to start attracting clients. So even just a simple page, or if you want to use social media, you can do that as well. You can use a free service like Calendly or, any of the schedulers to that you can drop in and people can book a call with you. But really, you can just keep it very simple. So I hope that answers your question. If I misunderstood, then please definitely clarify in the comments below, and I'll get you a more accurate answer. But yeah, really nothing. I mean, as long as you are looking to start, or you have been doing a service-based or a coaching business for a little bit and you're struggling to get clients, this will definitely be for you.
And so one of the questions is, you don't need to have an email list, right, to start getting clients?
No, nope, you don't need an email list, although I suggest you start one right away. But you do not need one. No, you definitely do not need one. So the emails are really designed for when you are starting to book the clients. So for example, there'll be reminders for when somebody books a call for you. There's we've booked the call, a 24-hour reminder, a 1-hour reminder. There's a contract signed. There's next steps. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I can't remember off the top of my head all of them, but they're all of the emails that you would send to clients as you're onboarding them, or to do the follow-up marketing as well. So let's say you have a meeting with a client and you are waiting to find out if they're going to work with you. There's a series of follow-up emails in there as well. So and then
one of the things, so there's a big difference, guys, between leads and clients, right?
Yeah.
So Rebecca is talking about, how do you get clients? Clients don't need to be nurtured. Like, when they become clients, they're off your email list and they're on your onboarding, right? And to get them to become clients, you need to talk to them, right? So that's where the calendar comes in, and you create the appointments, and the emails usually go out from the calendar. But if you're getting leads, that's when you go from the free lead magnet to the nurturing emails to hopefully they're going to book a call and show up on the call and talk to me on the call. Different process, right? We're not talking leads, we're talking clients, which is why this is so valuable, because you can get started without all the noise of the marketing and all that jazz, right? And just go straight into, how do I get clients? And here are the 3 things you need to do.
Correct.
Find a niche, find a client you want to work with, decide how much you're going to charge, what problem you're solving, and go get your clients. Easy.
That's right. And if you are interested in the marketing aspect of it, in that audio training, one of the audio trainings does talk about how to attract your clients and the methods that I use for that. So that will be helpful for you. And then you can also use those plug and play social media templates to create your posts and use those if you're, trying to market to find different clients. But yeah, I think that that should help you in that respect as well.
So I know we are 10 minutes over of what we promised.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're totally fine. Thanks so much. If you guys don't have any other questions, let me remind you right here from cena2soldout.com/live. This is where you can get the bundle. You're also getting access to a supportive community. So as you're buying this, right, and you have any questions like the ones that are coming up right now, then definitely, message Rebecca and she'll answer you back. Does this work for high ticket services? Yes, it does, because clients are being gotten through all the same system. She started with a phone book. Now we have some technology that helps you speed up the process, but the process is the same. So it depends really on how much you want to charge, and you can decide to charge as little or as much as you want. But it does work because it focuses on the relationship, not necessarily the visibility and the post and the content. So thank you so much again, Rebecca.
Thank
this is
you.
Awesome. And,
thank you. I appreciate it. And if you guys have any further questions that we didn't cover today, please feel free to reach out on social media. I am at the Wham CEO on all channels, and that's TheWAHM CEO, and that's on all channels. So send me a direct message. I'd be happy to answer any more questions or go over the bundle in further detail with you.
Fantastic. So now all you have to do, all that's left to do, guys, is start your week with getting clients. Click the link, hop in, take advantage of this. It's available until Thursday. And I wish you a prosperous week, fun, engaging. And if you need any help, we're on the socials. See you then.
Bye. Thank you so much.